Okay, this is the next section about object-oriented programming. That in this world, every object dependent on other objects, and let us see that in this world, if we look in our surrounding, that we see that we are under a dependency. The one object is a depend on another. That if we have one object of user, then it depend on the a PC, and a PC depend on the supply and any other accessories about PC. Basically, this is called the object oriented. Each objects have a basic three specifications, which almost all have, like one is a name and identity. The number two is a properties, and properties like variables. Property also variable. That functionality is a behavior which describes the system communicate each other with functionalities and exchange data with variables and identity. Okay, next proceed for the next lectures related to object-oriented programmings. Okay, in this lecture, we will define the rules of the object-oriented programming. That basically there are the four basic rules and the four basic properties at which object-oriented programming can be done. Let us that the object-oriented programming use a class and object for workings, and there are the four types under which object-oriented working programming can be working. The first one is a encapsulations, the second one is inheritance, abstractions, and the fourth one is the polymorphism. In the next lecture, we will define one by one and do a practical example of these four rules and a detail and discuss about with details. Okay, now the polymorphism is a type of the object-oriented programming. That basically the poly means is a multi and morphic means a shape. It means that the polymorphism contain a multi shapes, and we can change a shape with using a behaviors, and a behavior is based upon data. In a polymorphism, there are the four types and techniques which we can follow in a polymorphism. That first one is a plus operators. That it is also overloaded at plus operator do a multiple operations. It is also a polymorphic. The second thing is the duck typings and overriding and dependency injections. Okay, let's do a practical example of a plus operator and any other three types of the polymorphisms.